I know. I know this works. Dude. All right. I got to make sure that this is the only microphone. Yo, check it out. We're on the Twitch channel. Actually, and in fact, I was trying to go onto YouTube as well. And change. This is what you see when I go into my YouTube. I wanted to change. There we go. Super pixelated cat. Love it. Yeah, I was trying to change the logo on that. So this is me right now. We love to see it. We love to see it. Should I run an ad? Should I run a 3-minute ad? Joking. Jokes. All jokes aside. I appreciate it. What's up, guys? Good to see you. Good to have you. So you looking at the right screen? Yes. All right. So this is kind of what we're looking at. Anyway. Yeah. Yeah. About that. And guess what? Just take a wild guess which one it is. Just take a gander. Just the most wild guess you can think about which of our products is the only one that has sold the entire month. Teal Kimball, the simplest guide to growing rice at home. From Canada, of all places. Oh, Canada. Dude, I made this like a year and a half ago, probably more. It has had 3 sales in that year and a half. Actually, that's pretty on par. 2 more months. I'm 2 months shy here, but a year and a half ago, this was made. So this is about 1 sale every 6 months. And one of these was the free trial I gave somebody. So kind of not really. That's the most unexpected thing imaginable. Honestly, that's the most I would have never guessed. So if it weren't for this book, which sells extremely irregularly, we're talking 0. Zip. Nada. Nothing at all. Oh, this is me literally right now. All right, what's up? Yeah, no, I just wanted to show you that because after this project, we're just not doing any more royalty shares. after these, so I've got 3. This one's not responding, so I'm really just looking at these 2. These are the last ones. These are the last royalty shares I'm ever going to make on this site. And that'll give me 8, 9, 10 projects. And I'm only doing non-royalty share projects or, yeah. Because this is just a lot. This is just a lot. Yo, over 10 hours of 200 to 400. That's $2,000 to $4,000. See, that would be something right there. That would be worth it. So, yeah. Yeah, we've crossed that. We've crossed that threshold. I'm only going to do royalty share plus, which is you giving me money on top of the royalty share, or something with a budget. Nothing royalty share like. And I'll be honest, I don't even know if I'm going to do this. You know, it's that bad. It's that bad. This is just undeniably awful. And, like, it would be one thing if this was a relatively easy thing to put together. If I could do this within a week and it didn't really take that much out of me, like, I'd do this forever. These projects take, at minimum, 2 months. And they feel entirely engulfing and encapsulating the entire time. So my eggs are just in the wrong basket right now. And by the way, check this out. I've been doing a lot of this. So this is what's known in the industry as Actors Access. Check this out. This is pretty cool. Actors Access, you can look at breakdowns. You can go into the LA market, the New York market, Chicago market. You can do like all of the Midwest, the New England area, what have you. It's pretty cool. And then you can even do Canada, Quebec, Toronto, Vancouver. And these are all my submissions. So this is pretty nice. All you have to do is go onto the breakdowns, go into your location, let's say Midwest, and like this one, I submitted for this one. So this is a student film. So you don't have to be like a feature film. A lot of these are feature films, but you can go on student film. So, but basically, like this is saying, hey, there's no rate of pay. Maybe there is. Oh, there is. Even on a student film, that's pretty good. $150 a day. I did Connor, to play high school age is a little. Anyway, but literally, you just click on the name. Maybe let's just say Roger. And then you click on one of your photos, whichever one of your headshots you want to submit in. You'll send in. And this is really important, too, because you can go in and go, oh, Roger, he's hyper, chronic overshare, wild hair. So I'm looking at that thinking, wild hair, okay. Probably like this kind of crazy look to it. You click submit, and with the submission, How about that? All right. So it literally is that easy. Submitted. I've been submitted from that. And when you get submitted for things, then you may be offered an audition. And if you're offered an audition, it comes up here and it says like EcoCast audition request for Eric Pullman for the role of Joey, because I recently submitted one for Joey. It was this one right here. But I basically went in and I got a audition request from Nancy for this project for a role. And I said, all right. And then you get to see what the role is. Brilliant but socially awkward tech genius, disheveled, anxious, clearly more comfortable with machines than people. Now I know how to approach the character. It'll give you sides, so it'll give you exactly the auditioning material that they want, the piece of the screenwriting that they want you to audition with. They'll feed you that. They'll feed you like a brief breakdown of the character. And then you get to submit for a project. And to be honest, it's a lot of fun. I like it a lot. I like this part a lot. I love auditioning in this respect. Like, you get to see what the project is. They get to see you. They get to say, hey, I'd like for you specifically to audition. So that's a nice feeling. But for two, they'll say, I want you to read for this character specifically. This is exactly what this character is. And now you can approach it in a way that is unique to you. Like, however you want to approach that character, you can build the character up and then present your material and your scenes in that way. And I like this process quite a lot. So that's going to be my new ACX thing. I don't know how I'll incorporate it because you're really not supposed to share. You're really not supposed to share anything, Not in that degree. And also, like, having an audience is going to be kind of antithetical to what I'm trying to do. So, I don't know. I might just reserve this specifically for, like, voiceover work, which you see a ton of on Actors Access anyways. But yeah, it just... ACX really threw a wrench into my whole operation here. It's very sad. Very, very sad. Very sad. Quite sad indeed. So that's what I've been working on mainly. It's my auditioning on here. Which one is this one for? Suzanne Martin Pilot. I think that was a masterclass. Dude, this is a pilot from 2015. Man, if only I started when it was 2015. I actually did start that early, but it does not look good. It does not look good. Oh. Here we go. Extend to my... Why can you not extend to that? Oh, because it was on? No, because you won't extend if it's not on. Yeah. Can you not? To start sidecar, disconnect. I mean, do I have to turn it off and back on? Maybe that'll help. Here, I'll turn it off. Brother, what are you doing? Alright, 1 second. Chapter 12. How outsourcing supports growth. How outsourcing supports growth. The expanding demands on the expanding demands on the modern medical practice. Growth in healthcare is unlike any other industry. Growth in healthcare is unlike any growth in healthcare is unlike any other industry. It isn't driven solely by patient volume or service expansion. Instead, it depends on a practice's ability to maintain excellence across operational, clinical, financial, and administrative areas simultaneously. A practice might see more patterns, hire additional providers, and expand into new communities, yet still face financial instability if its revenue cycle isn't structured to support that growth. This paradox affects many small and mid-sized practices. They want to grow and often need to grow, but their internal systems aren't built to handle the pressures that come. They want to grow and often need to grow, but their internal systems aren't built to handle the pressures that come with increased demand. The demands on the modern medical office have increased significantly. Payer requirements have become more complicated. Documentation standards have become more strict. Patient financial responsibilities have grown substantially. And compliance expectations are constantly changing. As these pressures grow, many practices find that their internal billing teams struggle to just keep up with daily tasks. Adding growth on top of this baseline stress often pushes the system beyond what it can handle reasonably. What initially seems like an exciting chance to expand quickly often turns into a source of disruption, affecting patient experience, staff morale, and financial stability. Outsourced revenue cycle management offers a solution that fosters sustainable growth instead of growth that overextends the organization. It adds structure, scalability, and discipline to the revenue cycle, enabling the practice to expand from a solid base. Rather than trying to increase output while internal processes weaken, practices that outsource strengthen their infrastructure first. This leads to growth that is strategic, controlled, and financially stable. Outsourced RCM is more than just an operational choice. It is an investment in the long-term success of the practice. This chapter discusses how outdated revenue cycle management eliminates growth barriers, enhances operational performance, and allows practices to expand confidently, building a scalable foundation for long-term expansion. Sustainable growth requires infrastructure that can handle increasing volume without losing efficiency or accuracy. Many practices expand too quickly for their systems, leading to chaotic workflows, inconsistent coding, more denials, and strain on front office operations. Without a scalable foundation, growth becomes unstable. Physicians may see more patients, but the practice might experience lower collections, higher accounts receivable, and increased administrative tension. I gotta pause it for a second. Oh, I'm tired. Like 6 minutes in and I'm already tired. Ooh. Okay. All right. Okay. Outsourced RCM creates a foundation that can handle and support growth. These organizations operate with teams of specialists. These organizations operate with teams of specialists who manage documentation review, coding accuracy, eligibility verification, claim creation, payment posting, denial management, and patient financial communication. They have established workflows that ensure each billing component is managed consistently regardless of volume. As patient numbers increase, outsourced RCM teams adjust capacity as needed, preventing bottlenecks that could slow cash flow or overwhelm internal staff. This scalability is one of the biggest benefits of outsourcing. It eliminates the risk that growth will destabilize the practice, and it eliminates the risk that growth will destabilize the practice and instead makes it possible to expand clinical output without compromising financial stability. With an outsourced RCM partner, growth isn't a gamble. It's a well-supported move towards the practice's strategic goals. Strengthening operational efficiency during expansion. As a practice expands, all its operations become more intricate. Documentation increases, payer interactions multiply, denials demand more attention, and payment posting volume grows. Patient inquiries become more common, and scheduling gets more difficult. These pressures strain internal systems that may already be overwhelmed. Without additional support, practices may face operational slowdowns, workflow inefficiencies, and decreased staff satisfaction. Outsourcing offers a way to maintain operational efficiency during growth. RCM partners implement structured processes that simplify billing tasks while removing unnecessary administrative work. They utilize advanced tools that automate eligibility checks, identify documentation gaps, spot coding inconsistencies, and track claim status in real time. Instead of responding to problems, outsourced teams use proactive workflows that prevent issues before they arise. Before they arise. This level of operational precision improves the practice's ability to provide steady patient care during growth. Staff are no longer constantly pulled into fixing billing errors or payer disputes. Administrative teams can concentrate on supporting providers in managing patient flow. Physicians can focus on clinical care without being distracted by billing issues or revenue delays. When operational efficiency is maintained, growth benefits the practice rather than disrupting it. Ensuring financial stability as practices expand. Financial instability is a common challenge practices face. Financial instability is a common challenge practices face when trying to grow. More patients don't automatically mean more revenue. Oof. My camera hit 20%. I don't know how it's currently plugged in. Huh. It's not that hot either, so. I don't know what it's complaining about. I'll be right back. Hello, baby.
Yeah, Brian was nice, and he was able to bring his light this year, so like he shot shave a little bit, but it was like 100 SPF. I was like, damn. And I was like, I have been thinking about doing this heat at like midnight. I was like, maybe I should try this heat in the sun and like no direction. I wanted to get this suntan lotion like moisturizer. So I was like, maybe I should. But he was just like,
here's the information for it. Just saying, we'd like to officially book you as a freelance artist for background. So it's very like low key stuff. It's background. So I'm the one that puts it. So it says the film date will be Sunday, May 3rd. I double checked before, so it was my only thing is that if I get cast for something, I think one of the things I auditioned for recently, and this is part of the like, yeah, I think it was part of the good. So I wanted to give it a second. It says film date was that Sunday. It was just that Sunday. Alright, so I'm getting that. It's from 5 p.m. to 9 That's what I'm saying. Like, this is so close. Well, Nashville. Well, actually, it's on the upper end of 4. It's like 4 hours, 45 minutes. So it's more like 5. Still, I mean, 5 hours away. That's, yeah, like, if we left at noon, we'd be there early. You know what I mean? Like, it's so low key. I think we might pass through a time zone change there. So I think that would make us late because we're going against the tide there. Yeah, I'm. You think so? it's So that's the trip there, and then the trip back. As well. So it's $40 there, $40 back. So yes, so if it's just me going, then we are net negative $20. some days you're just not feeling it. Some days you just want to quit. Just be normal for a bit. I don't understand why you gotta always be gone. I get along, but the trips always seem so long. My phone has 10% battery. So, yeah. Yo, check that out. Nice. What's up?
A Sunday, right?
It's a Sunday, yeah.
Oh, yeah. Then let me text my dad because he may be able to come home
Yeah.
early Sunday morning,
Okay.
and then we can just drop off Elsa, and then she could be good.
Yeah, that's perfect. I'm
Bet.
nice. Love that. Yeah. So, let's see. What are we doing? I'm getting sucked down a rabbit hole right now. Ooh, A24's Candy House open casting call. I wonder. This guy says new actor at 72. We love to see it. Good job, man. Just goes to show you can do acting at any age. Can you act well at any age? It's a good question. I always look at my performances though, and I ask that question of myself often. You know, what would make it to where I can act better? What would make it so that I can be a better performer in any regard, in every regard? 10%. Well, we might just do this without a camera then. Because despite the fact that it's plugged in, it's not doing its thing. It's not doing its job. Neither am I, though, to be fair. Alright, what's the last thing I said?
Financial instability is a common challenge.
Okay. Ensuring financial stability as practices expand. Financial instability is a common challenge practices face when trying to grow. More patients don't more patience doesn't automatically mean more revenue. Without a disciplined revenue cycle, increasing patient volume can actually lead to lower net collections, longer accounts receivable, higher denial rates, and unpredictable cash flow. Many practices only realize this after they expand and experience unexpected financial difficulties. Outsourced RCM improves financial stability by enhancing each part of the billing process. Claims are submitted accurately on the first try, greatly increasing first pass acceptance rates. Coding reviews identify documentation problems early. Denial management teams spot patterns that might otherwise go unnoticed. Underpayments are found and recovered. Patient balances are managed with transparency and professionalism. This consistent financial performance creates a dependable revenue stream that fuels clinical growth. Practices can invest in new providers, equipment, and technology because their collections are stable. They can plan expansions, evaluate new service lines, and pursue strategic initiatives because they have the financial stability needed for forward progress. Outsourced RCM not only supports revenue, but also strengthens the financial foundation essential for all meaningful growth. Growth challenges faced by small and mid-sized medical practices. Every private practice aims for growth in some way, whether by increasing patient numbers, adding providers, broadening service offerings, or boosting financial results. However, healthcare growth is fundamentally different from growth in many other industries. It can't be driven by volume alone. Sustainable growth depends on a strong operational foundation, efficient processes, and a revenue cycle that can support increased activity without compromising quality or financial stability. For small and mid-sized practices, growth often reveals existing weaknesses. For small and mid-sized practices, growth often reveals weaknesses. For small and mid-sized practices, growth often reveals existing weaknesses. As patient numbers rise, billing tasks increase. Documentation requirements become more demanding. Payer interactions grow more complex. And administrative oversight becomes more challenging. Practices that expand without improving the revenue cycle often face stalled growth. Practices that expand without improving the revenue cycle often face stalled growth. Practices that expand without improving the revenue cycle often face stalled growth, cash flow problems, staff burnout, and inconsistent patient experiences. Outsourced revenue cycle management offers the scalable infrastructure needed to support growth. Outsourced revenue cycle management offers the scalable infrastructure needed to support growth. By integrating expert billing support, advanced technology, and disciplined workflows, Outsourced RCM enables practices to grow without disrupting their operations. Growth becomes a strategic process rather than a chaotic challenge. Scaling patient volume without overwhelming staff. As a practice sees more patients, the administrative workload increases at each stage of the revenue cycle. More visits lead to more documentation, claims, denials, follow-up, and patient questions. Internal billing teams often become overwhelmed, and even small volume increases can push them beyond their capacity. And even small volume increases can push them beyond their capacity. Outsourced RCM handles this extra workflow. Outsourced RCM handles this extra workload effectively. Since outsourced teams are designed to scale, they can manage higher claim volumes without losing accuracy or speed. Claims are still submitted on time, denials are handled consistently, and follow-up remains disciplined even as the practice grows. For internal staff, this means that growth doesn't lead to endless overtime. For internal staff, this means that growth doesn't lead to endless overtime, backlogs, or burnout. Front office and clinical teams can concentrate on patient flow, care coordination, and service quality. While the outsourced RCM partner handles the increased billing workload, while the outsourced RCM partner handles the increased billing workload. Growth becomes manageable, predictable, and much less stressful. Supporting multi-location and multi-provider expansion. As practices expand with additional locations or new providers, the complexity of the revenue cycle grows significantly. Each provider might document differently. Each location could have its own workflows, and payer behavior can differ by region or network. Managing billing across this larger scope creates challenges for small in-house teams. Outsourced RCM partners are designed to support multi-provider and multi-location setups. They standardize billing workflows across different sites, ensure documentation requirements are consistent, and handle centralized claim submission and reporting. This creates a unified financial framework covering the entire organization. All right, one second. I'm going to switch over to... There we go. All right, well, says it's good, so we'll see. All right, where was I?
This creates a unified financial framework covering the entire organization.
Entire organization. All right. With standardized billing processes and consolidated analytics, practices gain clear visibility into the performances of each provider, specialty, or location. Leadership can assess productivity, collections, and payer trends across the entire organization, enabling them to grow strategically with confidence rather than reacting defensively to issues. Enhancing cash flow to support expansion and investment. Meaningful growth requires investment, whether in personal, technology, equipment, or facilities. These investments rely on steady, predictable cash flow. Sadly, many practices try to expand while facing unpredictable collections, high denial rates, and aging receivables. These challenges make growth risky, and can lead to financial strain on both new and existing operations. Outsourced RCM enhances cash flow by increasing first pass acceptance rates, lowering preventable denials, speeding up payment cycles, and improving patient responsibility collections. Claims move through more smoothly. Payments come faster, and unresolved balances are actively managed. Beyond stabilizing revenue, outsourced RCM also provides detailed financial insights. Practices gain a clearer understanding of which services are most profitable, which payers underpay consistently, and where operational changes can increase margins. This combination of stronger cash flow and enhanced financial intelligence allows practices to invest in growth more confidently. Reducing administrative burden to free leadership for strategic planning. Practice owners and administrators often become immersed in daily operational tasks. Time that could be dedicated to strategic planning is frequently diverted to fixing denials, managing billing staff, addressing patient billing complaints, and handling complex payer interactions. When leadership remains in constant problem-solving mode, long-term growth is negatively impacted. Outsourced RCM reduces much of the operational burden on leadership. Claim submission, payment posting, denial resolution, appeals, eligibility verification, coding reviews, and patient billing are managed by specialists working within organized, clearly defined processes. This allows practice leaders to concentrate on broader strategic priorities, expanding service lines, recruiting providers, developing partnerships, improving patient access, and enhancing clinical operations. Reducing administrative noise helps leadership think and plan better to support meaningful growth. Leveraging analytics to guide smarter growth decisions. Growth shouldn't be driven by data. Growth should be driven by data, not assumptions. Outsourced RCM partners offer advanced analytics that reveal current performance and identify what is needed for future growth. These analytics may include provider-level productivity metrics, profitability by service line, denial trends by category, payer underpayment patterns, AR aging distributions, and patient responsibility behaviors. With this level of clarity, patients can determine practices can determine where to expand, which services to prioritize, and which contracts or processes need to be renegotiated or redesigned. They can identify where documentation improvements would support more accurate coding, which payer relationships are most profitable, and where investments in staffing or technology will yield the greatest returns. Data-driven decision-making. Data-driven decision-making reduces guesswork and minimizes the risks linked to growth. Practices can proceed confidently knowing their strategy is based on evidence rather than just intuition. Future-proofing the practice in a changing healthcare landscape. The healthcare environment will keep evolving. Regulations will tighten, payer policies will shift, reimbursement models will change, and patient expectations will grow. Practices that depend solely on internal billing teams to adjust to these changes face a tough challenge. The speed of these shifts is just too quick for small teams to handle effectively alongside their daily billing operations. Outsourced RCM offers a buffer against market fluctuations. RCM partners consistently update their systems to stay in line with the new payer rules. With new payer rules, evolving coding standards, and regulatory changes. They invest in technology that keeps the revenue cycle current, secure, and efficient. Their infrastructure is designed to scale, adapt, and protect the practice as external conditions evolve. As external conditions evolve. Partnering with an outsourced RCM provider. Partnering with an outsourced RCM provider helps practices effectively future-proof their financial operations. They build a revenue cycle that is resilient, adaptable, and capable of supporting long-term clinical and strategic goals. Growth isn't about just doing more. It's about building a sustainable practice for the future. Outsourced RCM provides the financial operational foundation needed for that kind of growth. Outsourced RCM provides the foundation. Outsourced RCM provides the financial and operational foundation needed for that kind of growth. Okay. go. Chapter 13. Chapter 13. Choosing the right RCM partner. Understanding what an RCM partner really means for a medical practice. Choosing a revenue cycle management partner is more than just outsourcing. It's a decision that impacts your practice's financial health, operational efficiency, patient relationships, and growth prospects in a rapidly changing healthcare landscape. Okay, let's see. Actually, okay. I'm gonna put that on. Revenue Cure, new project, audio. Actually, I'll show you. I'll show you what's happening. There we go. Bam. Okay. Well, it's probably about it for me tonight. I was thinking about maybe hitting it up with another chapter, but chapter 15 is actually, I was looking at it and it was really, really low. It is really short. There we go. Sorry about that. It's a really short chapter, so I figured chapter 13, if we have like two pretty strong chapters for tomorrow, followed by like a fairly 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.5 page chapter. It's probably best to leave that for tomorrow. So that's what we're gonna do. We're gonna leave that for tomorrow. Do tomorrow. No, it was more like do like a month ago. So we're doing our best. But that's all we have tonight. So thank you so much for tuning in. I appreciate you. I love you. And if you're watching this on the playback, I love you as well. Thank you. I appreciate you. And get some sleep. Get some sleep. I'll see you on the next one.